What is up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to another movie review. And yes, first movie of 2021. Yes, and I still haven't even done my top 12 of 2020 movies because there's still some I need to watch. I know, tragic. But I am here to make this video today to review the one movie I've seen so far this year. We're already in March, and I've only seen one movie that's come out this year. Wow. Now, I don't have an excuse for why I haven't been watching movies or anything like that. I don't really have an excuse because I can go to the movies and I want to. And I actually went out with my friend Cody Saturday, and we were going to go see the new Wrong Turn movie and Raya the Last Dragon, but we decided we just wanted to go home. We were tired after just being out all day, so we decided just to go home. So I didn't want to go in to see those, but I still want to see those two movies. I also have an excuse for some things because, one, I have HBO Max and obviously Tom and Jerry movies on there. That other movie that came out on there. But there's so much stuff that I want that it's just, there's no excuse. I just haven't been doing it. But with that being said, let's get into the only movie of this year that I have seen, being is Willy's Wonderland, which I was really excited about. Let me rephrase. I was hesitant on this movie because of the fact this is clearly trying to cash in on the excitement of FNAF and the animatronic horror craze, like they do, like Warner Brothers did with the Banana Splits and all that. But this kind of started to build stuff around with fans of his movies. Kind of got its own little fan base around it before the movie ever even came out. And then there was so much buzz about it, and then when the movie came out, I wanted to go see it in theaters, which, yes, I will go to the movies still. And it did go into theaters, just not in any of my local theaters, which really sucked. So I had to watch it at home. I actually watched it in a watch party with a bunch of friends. And I have a mixed bag of and I watched this movie a couple weeks ago. So it's been almost like a month, I think, almost, since I've watched it. But let's go ahead and talk about this movie and what I thought about it, how good or bad I thought it was. There's a mixed bag of emotions to Willy's Wonderland for me. Sitting through this film, I had many issues. But what's the plot? This guy, Nicolas Cage, which literally the credit says his name is the janitor, but I'm just going to say Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage winds up, I'm not going to get into too much detail, winds up coming across having to go to this animatronic kids restaurant type place, and basically winds up having to run and fight from these animatronics. That's basically all you need to know about the movie. It's first things first, let's get to the one thing everyone wants to know: the animatronics. At points, the animatronics are really good. I like the animatronics a lot. There's two of them I really just didn't like. There's the Willy the Weasel. There's the gorilla. There's the crocodile, I think. And there's the chameleon. And then there's there's the chameleon. Then there's the the knight, and then there's the turtle, there's the ostrich, and then there's like this one thing, like a siren. It's supposed to be a siren, which is weird, or something like that. I don't get why a siren. And the fact is, the designs of these animatronics are really interesting, especially the animal-based ones. They actually do creep me out, and they're really good. I will say Willy does look kind of plush, but at the same time, it's not very bothersome. These animatronics are creepy looking, I will not lie. And when they're on screen is obviously the best parts of the movie. Some of them are weaker than others, like the siren one is probably the weakest. It does not look like an animatronic at all. You can tell that's a person in a suit. But the rest of them are like pretty decent. Like, I like the designs and everything of most of them. And there's nothing, they're creepy looking, especially that ostrich. That ostrich creeped me out quite a bit. But the best thing about it is the scenes with them, obviously they take the show. Obviously that's supposed to be the point. The human characters, what can I say? They're dull, boring, there's these group of teenagers that show up that are really just dull, boring stereotypes. Really legit, like, I'm looking at a checklist while I'm watching this movie. Like, I'm like, yep, there's that stereotype, there's that stereotype, there's that stereotype. Surprisingly, I don't think there was a... Wait, was there? Was there a stoner? I don't remember. I don't think so. If it wasn't made obvious. But anyway, like, they didn't do... Like, they almost did nothing. The acting was bad as well on most of those characters. And Nicolas Cage apparently produced this movie as well. He funded it and everything, I guess. I don't know. And the director behind this hasn't done really anything overwhelming. There's not a lot of intent. There's not a lot of care for the characters, but it's not like you don't care if these characters survive. Like, Nicolas Cage is obviously a lot of fun, but for Pete's sake, I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but Nicolas Cage does not talk in this movie, which for me, I didn't really like. I wish he would have talked. Obviously, the budget on this movie was not huge. Most of the budget definitely went into those animatronics and all that. And like, it's a fun watch. I definitely, if you're gonna watch this movie, watch it with a group of friends, like I did. We were enjoying it and everything. It's a good movie to riff on, like, just like make fun of and be like, oh, ha 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 ha, that was stupid, that was bad. It's one of those movies. Like, it's great to make fun of it while you're watching it with friends. It's a great movie to riff on. But if you want to take it seriously, no. There's some backstory that's given that's just is really, really just like, really, that's what you're going with. There's one joke in here that really made me laugh. I don't want to give it away, but I really want to mention it. There's like this flashback segment, and they're mentioning the animatronics saying things that weren't programmed to say. And legit, like, what the character says, what the animatronic says to this little boy, it just made us all laugh. We paused it and just like all started laughing our butts off. It was hilarious. And I don't know if it was intentionally supposed to be funny or not, but it was funny. I don't know, but it was legit, like, the comedy in this works at points, and then there's times they're trying to be funny, and you're like, that's not funny. That is not funny. Nothing you're doing is funny. You're not making me laugh. Your characters aren't cool. But, I don't know. just a lot of the movie doesn't. The acting is one of the worst things. The way the film looks at points, I don't like either. Most of the characters are very bland and forgettable. You don't want to remember them. When a character dies, you don't feel like, oh no. And for some reason, Nicolas Cage's character doesn't make a lot of sense to me because he does. But my gosh, I didn't really like this movie that much, but I had fun watching it. Kind of how I was with the Banana Splits movie. Like, that's obviously not a good movie, but I had fun watching it. This is the same similar situation. For Pete's sake, this movie isn't good. It's disappointing because I was really looking forward to this movie. I was anticipating it, and it was fun, but it's not a good movie. So I have to give the movie like a 2.5 out of 5. I'm sorry. That's my rating for it. If you guys are going to be like, oh, VTR, you don't know quality when you see it. Shut up. I'm kidding. It's not a good movie, but it's fun to watch. It's one of those movies. Will I watch it again? Yeah, probably. I'll give it another watch. And I got so many other movies that are coming out this year or have already came out that I want to see. So hopefully I can get around to watching those. Obviously, with everything going on, it's kind of hard to go to the movies right now for people. Me, it's not really a problem. It's just the fact that I just don't motivate myself enough to go because I want to, but the thing is, it's not even because of the reasons you're thinking I don't go. It's just because I don't really watch the movies at home because I'm like, those ones are in theaters and I want to see them in theaters because I miss the theater going experience, and I'm going to start going back. Yeah, that's all I've got to say for this video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it. And what did you guys think of Willy's Wonderland? Because I know a lot of people actually was really looking forward to this movie, and I don't know what a lot of people thought of it. But I'd love to know what you guys thought. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!